Hi, I'm Grace Baroni, and welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. I am delighted to have our friends from Pioneer Valley Financial with us today. Please join me in welcoming Antonio Bastos and Andrea Lebeau to the podcast.
Thank
Welcome.
you, Grace. We're very excited to be here.
Yeah,
I'm excited to have you guys with us. I
Great.
think you are wonderful, and I'm so excited to get into everything Pioneer Valley Financial. So share with our audience what it is that Pioneer Valley Financial provides.
Yeah. Pioneer Valley Financial Group is a holistic financial planning firm. Really, we service many clients, and those clients consist of business owners, retirees, or pre-retirees, and our early savers, so our younger folks looking to invest, but also navigate the interesting parts of life that life throws at us. And specifically business owners, we manage and set up company 401k plans or simple IRAs, where helping the business owner channel, running their business, but also finding the ability to save in the right retirement vehicles. Retirees and pre-retirees is really retirement planning. Do I have enough for retirement? Am I saving in the right vehicles? And then getting you to retirement where you're using the money that you've saved in a tax efficient way, in a risk averse way, to generate income for you to supplement your retirement. And lastly is our early savers, whereas our younger folks that are graduating from college, that are buying houses, trying to pay down different debts and navigate all those curves that life throws at you, is through our Navigator platform. And that really is our holistic financial planning guidance program, where you're able to access and talk to an advisor that gives you guidance along the way, along all of those curveballs that are thrown at you. So that's us in a nutshell. We're located right in Ludlow, on East Street, and we've been there for 20 years, and we hope to be there for quite some more time.
Okay, so you've given me a lot that we need to circle back on. But before we do that, I would appreciate it if you would share what your role is with our viewers, and then Andrea, what her role is.
Great.
Because I think it's fantastic how you two work together and that you have these two designated roles. So please share.
Yeah. So I'm a financial advisor. So my role really is to meet with clients, understand their goals and objectives of the money that they want to invest, whether that's 401k assets, IRA assets, or just money that's in a bank account, to really understand their needs and provide recommendation and ongoing plan management, and making sure that we're putting together the correct financial plan.
Okay. And Andrea?
So my role as a client experience specialist is dynamic in the sense that it really kind of focuses on our relationship with the client after they've left the office, after they've met with Tony, and kind of just making sure that their experience is fantastic in all realms, right? So a little bit of layers. First layer, technology, right? After they leave our office and they want to stay up to date with their own financial plan, we want to make sure we stay ahead of the curve, right? But also incorporate technology with our clients that is enhancing their experience as opposed to complicating it. Another layer would be our marketing strategies. Anything that we output to a client, we want to make sure it has substance. So if that's a newsletter, a mailing, our social media, we want it to be fruitful to them. We want it to resonate with them. We appreciate the relationship we have with them. We want them to see that as well. Another layer is our community, our clients' passions and their interests. That's really kind of the bus driver of where we go and where we focus our efforts and our energy and resources to. So, when we're outside the office on the weekends or at night or early in the morning and we're volunteering or doing donations, it's really driven from our clients and what their interests are and passions.
I love that about you guys.
I love it too. Another would be, multi-generations, right? Our office, we're dynamic as well in the sense that we are a multi-generational office. We have advisors like our managing partner, Ed Sokolowski. He, has been in this industry for very long time, right? And then we have our younger advisors like Tony. So we want to make sure that we're also incorporating that with our clients. As Tony mentioned, PV Navigator, geared towards our younger families, younger investors, and incorporating what they're looking for in experience when it comes to financial advising. This is newer to them, new experience, and we want to make sure that it's enhanced. So Few layers. But...
I love that you take the extra time to do that, because that means everything. And I think of myself, like you could, oh yeah, you can go online and you can, just click in and find it. But to have someone that can kind of walk me through that and show me how to do that means the world to me. I think that's amazing. And in my notes, the one thing I wrote down that I absolutely love is your core mission to help clients and community live better. Because that's what it's all about, too.
Absolutely.
If your clients are doing well and they're successful, they're in a better place. It's easier to give back to the community, and the whole circle just comes together so beautifully.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all at the firm, we're all from the Pioneer Valley. So as our business grows and as we help clients, we want to help the community as well.
And you do a wonderful job with that, because you really do get involved out there in so many things. I loved the event that you did. Talk about teamwork, too. You partnered with Luzo. Yep. You did that fabulous end of the school year summer event.
Yep.
I loved it. My grandkids loved it. It was great. And, you're always there. And I know when I was in senior living during COVID, and everybody's like, so what do we do for seniors who are at home and are, isolated from everything? Pioneer Valley Financial came up with a great idea of doing the care packages, and we put like puzzles in there. We put a whole bunch of things, dropped them off to families. So it definitely, I love that you really do center in on the community. That is so important to all of us.
Yeah,
so thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, of course.
So now let's get back to the financial piece of this, because that's the complicated, or maybe it's not complicated, but like I start to think back and it's like, oh, you know what? You get your first job, and then you find out your employer will match your 401. It's like, oh, I don't need to worry about anything ever again. I'm all set. And that's a wonderful start. But then I also, then you reflect back and it's like, we do like yearly health physicals, checkups with our doctors. And it's like, you know what? That's something we should have done like a long time ago, is maybe it's not yearly, but maybe it's setting it on your calendar so that you are meeting with your financial advisor, because we go through a whole bunch of stages in life. So how do we know that we're saving the right amount of money?
Yeah. And that goes into our financial planning process, right? And we look at our clients to kind of go past the numbers. We really pay attention to the relationship, because we feel as a firm that we can't provide the right guidance or the right advice if we don't know your situation, right? Because I always say this to clients is every financial plan is like a fingerprint. It's all different. So in order to give you the right financial plan and the right footprint of how to be successful, is we really need to know everything about you, what's important to you, what your goals are. So it really starts with trust, is having clients trust in our firm, in our capabilities, in order to provide that guidance. So, we start with trust, and we start with fact finding, understanding what your goals and objectives are. And then we continue to move on to implement a plan, whether that's, rolling over 401k assets to make sure that it's managed properly, or if you're contributing to that 401k appropriately or enough, and is it allocated properly? So we look at those immediate action items, and we start off that process, and then we continue on to monitor that. So we look at meeting with clients once a year at the very minimum, but we always put that in our clients' hands, because we want them to own the financial plan, saying, if we want to meet every 6 months, then we absolutely should meet every 6 months, because back to your original point, life throws you curveballs, and you got to be able to adjust and be nimble. So
pivot.
So like I said, it's all about knowing the clients, understanding what their goals and objectives are, and putting that plan in place and continuing to monitor that.
Okay. And speaking of things that happen, I never realized this, but and again, in my journey through life, sometimes too, younger people, they receive a trust. They receive monies.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you receive a large gift, and it's like, oh, I can get those fabulous shoes I saw in the window, and I'm going to splurge on myself. But you don't think about, I don't know if repercussions is the right word, but there's going to be tax on that. And so it's like, how do you reach people so that they know if you come into money or when life throws those curveballs, call Antonio before you do anything, because you can make mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen it before where, people haven't had the proper guidance. They just made a decision because they came into some money, they've inherited an account, and, they come to us after saying, what happened? I was taxed or this and that. And that's where I think our guidance, over time is, whenever you do come into money or you have questions relative to a specific account or whether to contribute, you do want to talk to a financial advisor for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going into retirement, right? And you've got that, you put everything away in the 401k.
Yeah.
And it's not just a matter of saying, okay, hey, can I
Yeah.
have it all now? Because I'm
Exactly.
going on a great trip to Europe and I won't be back for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's how you use that money. And you got to look at retirement is one of the most exciting times of people's lives. I mean, they have grandkids and they're planning on doing some traveling, and they've had all these life goals, right, that come to fruition in retirement. So if you're not properly guided on how the money is managed, or if you're taking out too much, if your withdrawal rate's too much, that could severely affect and handcuff you long term in retirement. So that's why we really guide our clients to say, okay, what's a really good distribution plan or an income plan, we call it, to say, okay, what type of income can we generate on your 401k assets or your IRAs that you have in a tax efficient way, and to minimize the risk and maximize the return is the idea. So yeah, a lot goes
Which
into
all sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it sounds good to everybody else
Yeah.
as well. So if for those who are watching at home, our audience, and they want more information, Antonio, how can you help me? I've got a whole lot more questions I wanted to get
Yeah.
to, but of course time
Yeah.
gets away from us. How can they contact you so that they can set up an appointment to explore what their future is going to look like and what adjustments do they need to make?
To schedule an appointment with us, you can visit our website at pvfinancial.com, and there's a consultation button there that sends us an email of your contact information for us to reach out to set an appointment. Or you can call our office directly at 413-589-1500. Talk to our receptionist that will schedule an appointment with myself or one of the available advisors. We don't charge any money for consultation. We really, like I said, we really want to fact find and understand people's objectives to understand how we can help them, right? So I always say you can't say no to a free consultation. So I'd encourage everyone to reach out.
Wonderful. And I will, and I'm sure our viewers will as well. Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure. I wish you continued success, and I look forward to our next interview when you can share with us what the future looks like for Pioneer Valley Financial.
Great.
Thank you so much for making time for us today.
Thank you, Grace. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And to our viewers at home, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to be the next guest on Conversations with the ERC5, please go to our website at erc5.com and you can sign up to join us here at Stonegate Studios in Wilbraham.